Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, the guy on the floor. I'm moving soon, and I kind of took down my desk a little bit preemptively because I'm getting a new one. Obviously, I'm not going to put up my new desk until I move to the new house, but I thought, you know, go ahead and knock it out now because I mean, if I want to sell it, then I'd have to have it down already. But I'm gonna have to record like a few videos before then. So, and in the game today, I'm not going to be in the floor, but right now, I am in the floor. You're not going to get any free piggies out of me. I'm wearing shoes anyway. Anyways, that out of the way. Uh, we're back in CMM. Let's go. I take off like every other season for those guys. So, I guess you could call me regular slash semi regular. Uh, Kind of my bread and butter over here, though. On the channel, I feel like, well, I guess it is every other. Maybe okay. Maybe I'm a little over exaggerating there. Anyways, um, yeah, we're back on the channel too. I hadn't been here in a while. Had a lot of stuff that I was doing in Draft League. I just didn't post any of it. Um, but yeah, Champions has come out since then. I played in the Scraw tournament. I went 4-4, so nothing too notable there. Um, I would like to say I missed my first game, so maybe I could have done something there, but whatever. I'm not that pressed about it. Um, yeah, so this season of CMM is going to be doubles and champions. So we're playing VGC. I have obviously done VGC in the past for draft. Uh, with the what was it, Mount Silver MSPL, which I am in right now also, but I don't plan on posting that, just because I just didn't feel like it. Yeah, so my CMM team, I ended up getting Rain, pretty epic. I just wanted to go ahead and say that because none of my Pokemon are in order in my box, so I'm not gonna like lead out with my first pick or with Pelipper. Um, yeah, I got Big Arch. Let's go. Also, my wife named all of my Pokemon after ice cream flavors. So I got Butter Pecan, the early riser, in front of me right now. Uh, anyway, yeah, I got Big Arch. You know what Big Arch does. Um, Three fantastic abilities in Stalwart, Sturdy, and Stamina. The three S's, as I call them. Nobody calls them that. Electro Shot obviously boosts special attack. Um, which on this move set here, I've got Thunderbolt because I'm worried about the rain not staying up, which is always a scare, especially with no Power Herb in the game. Um, but yeah, very strong first pick. It might as well be another Mega Pokemon, just because of how much work it puts in. Then I got a Araquanid, big wide guard user. It gets Soak, which pairs up really well with our Chaladon. Um, Mostly would be good in Trick Room if I could get the Soak off before our Chaladon would attack, but it is an option that I think is viable. Um, Peppermint. I think my wife saw the regular sprite, so she named it Peppermint based off of that. And I was like, oh, I forgot to tell you this one's shiny, so it's gonna be like totally different colored. She was like, well, I already named it, so what are you gonna do? But yeah, really good in the ring with water bubble. You get that like multiplicative scaling. Um, Plus, I think on the prep docs that I always use, it never includes that water bubble gives you resistance to fire. So normally, Araquanid would actually be neutral to fire, but with water bubble, it is a resistance. which is good because I think most of my Pokemon are technically weak to fire, which is another good reason to try to keep the rain up, I guess. um, yeah, a really good utility mon. Um, Even with as low of an attack stat as it has with water bubble and rain and everything, it's really gonna add up. I got Trevenant. Trevenant's mostly here to try to set Trick Room up for me. It's got two pretty good abilities. I'd say Natural Cure is fine, I guess, but I think most of the time in draft you want to be running Frisk. Um, Harvest is also good, but I'm bringing Rain, so I'm not going to use Harvest unless for some reason I felt like playing in the sun. But I don't see me using Harvest. Frisk is like 100% of the time I'm going to be using broadly. Yeah, it gets Will-O-Wisp. This is not like some optimized move set. It's just whatever was on it. By the way, I didn't. I saw General Tar Heel's video. And Tar Heel put like kind of a like basic moves to look out for kind of thing on his whenever he went over it. I didn't even bother looking through any of these. So some of these are from like teams that I've already made. In Trevenant, I just picked it up. I went through my home and was like, oh, I do have a Trevenant in here, and just put it on here. And this is just it's probably from like a Dynamax. Was it in Dynamax? I don't know. It's either a Dynamax or Terra Raid. Trevenant's in Scarlet and Violet, right? So yeah, maybe it's a Terra Raid mon. Either way, it's just whatever moveset it had when I caught it. Anyways, yeah, Poltergeist, great move, hits hard, always will hit a Mega Evolution. The only thing about using Poltergeist in Champions is that with the limited items, a lot of Pokemon are running berries, and so you really have to be careful when clicking Poltergeist that you're not gonna just do nothing because they had a berry and they already used it. Um, yeah, this is my main Trick Room setter, I would say. Um, it's also good for dealing with other like water types that are normally good in rain. And spoiler alert, I have Pelipper, so I don't really have to worry about you know grass flying because I mean I think the only one in the game other than Pelipper is Gyarados, but it obviously gets no flying coverage. So um, yeah, this is cookie dough. See, me personally, I would have went with this as like mint chocolate chip, but I guess it works for cookie dough too. I mean, it's brown, I guess. Whatever. Got Klefki, Cookies and Cream, the Cloud Watcher. Cookies and Cream is way too long to put in here, so I just went with the plus. Gets good speed control and Thunder Wave. Light Screen Reflect. Gives me screens and everything. With Light Clay's in the game now, so kind of a lot more useful than it was. Even before Light Clay was in the game, it was already like screens has been used for since the game came out. But a good secondary rain setter. I really wanted to have Prankster Rain without having to get Sableye because I felt like I didn't have enough fairy resist on my team because I don't know if you can see in the bottom corner over there, but Toxicroak is not a fairy resist and Archelodon is not a fairy resist. So my two types that normally would resist fairy don't. So it felt like I needed another steel type, and if I added Sableye, it was just another fairy weakness. Felt like I was really struggling into fairy pretty much the whole draft. So yeah, this gives me an option into that. Yeah, I mean, it's a really annoying Pokemon. Gets all kind of crazy moves. I mean, I'm sure at some point I could Magic Room to get rid of items. Um, Wonder Room seems really risky. I mean, I feel like we all saw Shady struggle with Wonder Room. I'd rather just not have to think about it unless I had it for like a super specific purpose, but I don't see me doing that. It also gets Trick Room. I have been wondering lately about Trick Room with Prankster because a good way of getting around Trick Room is like Roar or Whirlwind or something. So I wonder if Trick Room with Prankster would up it to -6 instead of -7. Just something I've thought about. I don't know that it's ever gonna come up or anything, or that I'll ever even add Trick Room to this. I don't really have a great Trick Room mode. I don't feel like. It's mostly just Araquanid that's slow enough to be used in Trick Room, and a little bit on Trevenant. Even then, Trevenant's like 56 speed, so it's a little bit faster than you'd want it to be, which is surprising. I mean, you don't think about Trevenant being faster than like Calyrex, Ice Rider, King Gambit, all them. It's 6 points faster. It's kind of too fast in Trick Room. Anyway, I got Toxicroak. That's Cotton Candy. The Recluse. Didn't realize I caught one with Reclusiveness, but yeah. It's got Dry Skin. Pairs up really well with um, like Surf, especially on rain teams. If any of them, my opponents have a water type Pokemon, it's great into that. It gives me a good fake out user. I also just like Toxicroak. After the other time in the CMM when I had Toxicroak, and I had it as the kill leader for week 1, a nice 6-0 from a Toxicroak out of nowhere to start the league off was pretty peak. Who to play? Goki. Which I guess he got his revenge later because he washed me out of playoffs pretty easily. But yeah, big Croak. Gives me offensive coverage into fairy types at least, even though it's not got any defensive coverage. Sneasler minus here. I mean, I can run a nearly identical set to Sneasler. It's just not going to be as fast, and it's not going to have Dire Claw. Yeah, I mean, it's got good tech. I could even run it specially, I guess, if I really wanted to, with like a nasty plot set. I feel like it's maybe a little more versatile than people would think of it as. The main thing is just if they set up the sun, I'm going to take damage, and it's also weaker to fire type moves, so it kind of offsets the rain in that way. Where like I think fire type is still gonna do less damage than it's gonna feel like it's hitting neutrally or a little bit less than neutral, but not quite. I don't know. It's a weird calculation because dry skin doesn't make you like 2 times weak to fire. It makes you like 1.5 or 1.25 weak to fire. I don't really understand why they didn't just make it fully weak to it. But whatever. rain helps. Obviously, I had to run Pelipper for the rain team. I honestly I felt like there was good potential that I wouldn't get Archaludon or Pelipper, and I ended up with both of them. I felt like there's enough Pokemon in Champions that are good in Rain that you could have ran. Like somebody else could have had like Basculegion, Pelipper, Archaludon, and I could have had Politoed, Swampert, and I don't know, Mega Mawile, something like that. But I ended up with everything I wanted pretty much, except Basculegion. But I was gonna cost 20 points. I wasn't even gonna go for it. Anyways, Pelipper. It's Wide Guard, Tailwind, fully accurate Hurricanes, which I think they like in the rules of the doc they've accidentally left in that we have like an accuracy clause. So I'm not really all that worried about somebody trying to lower my accuracy anyway. But I guess if they did with like a muddy water or something, my Hurricane's still gonna land in the rain. I got Weather Ball, could surf next to Toxicroak or Heliolisk for healing on them. Uh, Works well with a Choice Scarf, Focus Sash, Citrus Berry, Damp Rock is in the game now. Just an all-star kind of guy. Also, this is vanilla. Um, yeah, I guess it makes sense. She named this one Bubblegum, I think, just because Mega Swampert has the big beefy arms. He's a big big guy, so maybe like puffed up like a bubblegum bubble or something. It kind of made me wish that I had gone through more trouble to try to find a shiny one, but the other division that's doing Wi-Fi is the shiny Mudkip division, where I'm in the regular Mudkip division. Which, by the way, I'm in the Mudkip division, guys. I didn't say that earlier. Um, but yeah, I feel like running the regular one makes more sense because I'm not in the shiny one. Like, I guess I don't have any kind of prejudice against them, but I guess we don't have to say totally separated or anything. But I don't know. In my head, it made more sense to run the regular one if I was going to be in the regular division. Um, yeah, super great upgrade to its move set with Wave Crash. Wave Crash in the rain is going to hit like a truck. It's also going to do a ton of recoil damage. So, you know, we'll see if later on I wish I had gotten like a Heal Pulse Mon or something, or Life Dew or something to try to heal up my Swampert. But, I mean, as long as it can take care of enough that my Mons in the back can clean up, I'm not really all that pressed about it. Um, Earthquake, high horsepower for single ground type damage, liquidation or waterfall if I don't want to deal with the recoil on the wave crash, gets flip turn, ice punch to deal with any grass types. I don't really see anybody trying to explode on me, but I guess I could run damp, not mega evolve in some cases. I don't know why that would ever happen, but I guess it would be surprising. So maybe I should change it to damp instead of torrent, but I don't think it makes a big enough difference for me to do that. But yeah, I think Adamant Swampert outruns everything in the game, as long as it's not Choice Scarf or Speed Boost or in Tailwind. So I think I could just run Adamant like every week if I wanted to, unless I wanted to run a defensive nature to live a hit or something. For the most part, I mean, this thing is just made to blow stuff up. I got regular Electros. The Mega would have been cool, I guess, but I think right now it's a little too high valued for me. It's a little bit too like what's the term? It's got the when it's new it's cool thing. I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head for some reason. Um anyway, yeah. I think right now people are just too excited to use it because it's new. So recency bias. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Anyway, um, yeah, it gives me a good ground immunity. Um, a good pairing with Swampert to run, like Discharge, Earthquake, those typical kind of shenanigans. I almost got Rotom Fan because they were about the same price, but yeah, Electros is cooler. Gives me another knockoff user. Um, kind of a mixed attacker, so I can run it more physically attacking one week or more specially attacking the other week. It's got Super Soul Slam on this set. Never once am I going to use Super Soul Slam. It's not worth it in doubles to ever try to use Super Soul Slam with the amount of protects that go around. I could see using Electric Terrain at some point. Not that it benefits Electros, but it does prevent my other Pokemon from falling asleep. Could definitely be useful. Um, yeah, just the no weakness goat right there. Of course, it did lose some aura points, losing its Gen 5 sprite, but I guess I'll deal with the floaty snake guy with the flippers flapping around. Giga Impact is also very funny, but I was about to say, I think I just got this from the ranch, so it's probably got an even worse moveset than my Trevenant did. And then I got Mega Scolipede. I don't know. I wanted another Mega, and I do think that honestly you could have swapped the point totals on the Mega because they actually had the Mega with more points. I actually think that this thing being a Mega in most circumstances is actually worse. I think you'd rather be running a different item on it than the Mega Stone. But we will see, I guess. Very funny to have Speed Boost with a negative speed nature. Thank you again to the ranch for that. No idea why I would ever do that. My goat strawberry ice cream here. Uh, but yeah, so the reason I was fine going with the Mega one instead of trying to pick the regular Scolipede is again back to my team having very little fairy resistances. So I actually wanted a bulkier fairy resist rather than the speed boost attacker Scolipede would normally be. I am going to try to make it a speed boost attacker when I do bring it. I'm almost sure of it. But the main thing I needed was to be able to take out fairies and to be able to take fairy hits. Which Scolipede in Mega Form does well. It can't be crit, so I don't have to worry about that really. Like Mega Floette specifically doesn't have very good physical defense and obviously can't hold the Cassie Berry to take a poison type hit. I can also either Choice Scarf Toxicroak or not make it speed boosted before I Mega Evolve it and give it a coaching boost before it attacks. I could totally see doing that also. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be like a more experimental Mega, obviously, because I never really used it. I haven't seen anybody really use it in draft either, so I'm not entirely sure what all I'm gonna be able to do with it. But in theory, that was what I thought could happen. And then finally, Heliolisk. Um, yeah, gets Ally Switch, gets Volt Switch, gets Discharge to go along with Swampert. I can also Discharge next to Archaludon to give it the stamina boost if I ever needed to do that. Dry Skin, again, makes it immune to water type attacks. Yeah, just another good support Pokemon, especially with Ally Switch. I think I've seen people use Eerie Impulse before to lower special attack. I get Shed Tail, which I don't think is under the ban list. I'll have to double check that again to see for sure, but I do think that Shed Tail is legal here. Just a nice lizard to have, I think, on a rain team. Also can, you know, I didn't get Basculegion, so if I ever end up having to play the person that got Basculegion, or if they trade with somebody else, my Basculegion answer right there. Yeah, cake better. I feel like it could have been some kind of fruit or something. I don't know. I guess cake batter's yellow, like a mango something. Anyway, yeah, that's team. Um, I don't know when I'll post the first game. Probably Sunday. But if it's not Sunday when you see this, whatever, I guess. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to not like have all these like graphics and stuff that I used to do with the layout and like obviously I didn't do one for the team matchups or anything. It felt like I was getting more into editing the videos than I was making the videos, which was kind of taking all the fun out of it. So we'll see how this goes instead. I don't know. This more unedited, more me talking at you kind of thing. I don't know. Um, yeah, let's go to the battle. Yeah, it's like storming, so I hope that's really loud. Just kidding. I didn't mean that. Let's swap my second monitor source. There we go. It's probably too loud now, I don't know. Guess I could have checked my audio channels. Should all be on different things anyway, yeah. Okay, it's fine. Might as well go ahead and get a room ready, right? I really hope that's like where to put my face at is not just totally blocking everything. If not, I'll see if I can move it. I'm not an OBS expert. Yeah, so that's the team. Not really gonna have a lot of time to go through any like breakdowns or anything, but it took a while to get this all set up, right? I wouldn't have if I wasn't so stupid, but oh well. I thought I would set this to that one. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I played in another league today, and I timed out for the second week in a row. Okay, cool. Wasn't the move I was gonna go for. So, I think my main goal right now is just to not time out. Gross. Not really what I wanted to see. But that's alright. I'll just go with this for now. I'm already getting One Piece nicknamed on. Oh, okay. No citrus berry either. Okay. Woohoo. I dropped my pen. Sorry. Yeah, that reflect is not getting set up in time. Okay. I do have Ice Punch, but I don't feel very comfortable going for it right now. Sick. Actually, could have just killed it right there then. I was about to say, dude, if my stamina doesn't activate, I don't know what ability I am. That's fine. Sorrow, yeah, kind of figured that. Okay, I'm really not that worried about that. Now they can't protect. Hang on, what mons do they have? Yeah, nothing's fine taking an electro shot, so I think I just double it again. Or double it again. I double it this time. If I would have had wide guard, I could actually keep these boosts, but I don't. Hey, we'll take the hat. Do they have Metagross at all? Did they even bring their Mega? I don't think they did. Hang on. My reign's about out, so I need to switch. Yeah, no, they don't have a Mega. Yeah, I let my wife have free reign over my nicknames, so they're all ice cream flavors. It's kind of funny. It's also kind of funny, I have 3 wide guard users on my team. I didn't bring wide guard on one of them. I know you can hear that train. How long the screen's been up? Yep. Okay, so it's like Clay Umbreon. Never did see what the fourth move was. What do you think the mix-up is? I mean, honestly, what stops me from just doing this again, I guess? You know? Nothing really. We'll just see how they adjust. I don't really know what they do. Okay, so they're gonna redirect me instead. Alright, that's fine. Honestly though, actually, they don't redirect me. It would be better to just double here. Okay. Didn't Tar Heel name his Nami when he had one? I think that's right. Slaughtered that. And then comes, yep, okay. I'm pretty fine actually if Belfer goes down. Doesn't. Okay, I can pick one. And again, if Pelipper goes down, that's actually just totally fine. That's super low. There's only one more Mon left. I don't have anything slower than Araquanid. I don't think that kills anything. Those barely live. Okay. But I don't think Oranguru can... Oh! I didn't see that coming. Oh, it critical hit me. Okay, I was like, I had like 2 stamina boosts or something, didn't I? I had one stamina boost. Okay. Here, just protect you. And... That's liquidation. Yeah, you're not moving, buddy. Makes sense that was the 4th move. I kind of expected that much. Alright, sick. We will take those for a week 1. Yeah, I mean, I think they had a hard time in the rain. I'm still surprised no Metagross, but I do get that Metagross is not all that good in the Swampert. GG. It's a good way to start.